What's good, y'all? It's your boy Lum, and allow me to introduce myself.
Who's up and coming? Who's got next? This is...
Allow me to introduce myself.
Growing up in Windsor, there is a somewhat influence of Detroit. Nowadays, I see more Toronto vibes, but growing up right close to Detroit and just going across the border back and forth as a kid, you get to see a lot of things you don't get to see in Windsor. So you get to see the abandoned houses, but then you also get to see the huge, beautiful downtown and how it's thriving now, you know what I mean? So I feel like Detroit and being so close to Windsor has definitely had some impact and influence on who I am today for sure. So a lot of people want to know where the Lum came from, how that even came about, if it's in my real name, if it's part of my real name, if it is my real name. But it is just a childhood nickname that stuck all the way through. I'm talking about since I was a kid. Teachers used to call me it. The substitute teachers, it'd be a joke between the teachers and the substitutes, like how you call him Kenneth, like that's not his name. But it's always just carried through. And then when it came to me doing social media and making music, it was obviously a go-to for me. That was pretty much, Lum's always kind of been my identity. The word Lum, the name Lum, me, it literally was a story from when I was a kid, when I was a child. Mom and dad didn't really like each other, got the same name as my dad, and I wasn't getting called that by my mom. So she took my first words, I guess I meant to say love mum, and my favorite cookies were Num Nums. And she ended up hitting me with the Lum Lum. So I got called Lum Lum from then on, and it just caught on, and as I got older, just shortened it to Lum. So yeah, I'm named after some first words and some cookies. Collaborating with the artists that I have recently has actually been a dope experience, especially the song I got with Dom, Faux Show. That was crazy because I've actually been a fan of Don Valley's music and just his vibe and just everything he's got going on for the last few years. And I've always wanted to work with him. And then it came down to me working with Eastbound in the studio, and he was just playing through beats, whatever. And I remember like throughout that session, he just talked about how he was working with Dom recently. And I just told him I wanted to work with Dom. And the next session we had, I'm sitting there, loaded up a beat, picked the one I wanted, and it happened to be the Faux Show beat. And I'm like, I just get through the chorus. I just finished making the chorus, and bam, guess who walks in? Little old Dom Valley. You feel me? So he walked in, surprised me, and then right away just, yo, what's the vibe of the song? What are we doing? Oh, this is crazy. All right, let's do it. And the chemistry was just there, and we made Faux Show probably in like 30 minutes. So yeah, it wasn't, to me, that song wasn't supposed to happen, but it was supposed to happen, if y'all know what I mean.
They ain't you. Know that I get anything I want, it's temptations. Know that I get anything I want, but it's not the same when I'm out with these other girls. Could be in the club, but I'm at home.
When it came to the process of and how the song Temptations even came about was also another crazy thing that really wasn't supposed to necessarily happen either, but was supposed to happen. So Oliver ended up coming down from Australia. He had some work to do down here, had some like press run stuff. Kill Jay, I already had him supposed to do a show with me and everything like that. So he was already flew down from Atlanta to perform with me. I was gonna bring him on stage. It was gonna be dope. We went to the Blue Jays game, went to Timmy's, you know what I'm saying? We did a bunch of Canadian stuff, and like, it was crazy because we almost got arrested at the Blue Jays game. Yeah, that was different. We got the video footage to prove that too. But that same day we had a studio session. It was either that day or the next day, but we had a studio session. And I thought honestly it was just my studio session. And then Oliver pulled up, Kill Jay pulled up, and I'm just picking beats. I'm just playing through beats, whatever. And then Oliver just found this one beat that I played. It was called Chinatown, I remember. Shout out Josh. And that was the beat that we picked for Temptations. He went in the booth and started doing some of the craziest just vocal note carries and vocal belts I've ever heard. Like, just went insane, you know what I'm saying? And then Temptation was just the thought process we were behind. Like, he said Temptation once or something like that. And that was it from there. We just had to make the song. So we got all together. He did his verse, I did my verse, hook. Kill Jay did his part, killed it, and now we got Temptations.
They want me, but I want you. They ain't you. Know that I get anything I want.
We just recently, you know what I'm saying, got off doing this leg of a bunch of shows. I opened on 2 different tours actually, which is crazy for Bankroll Hayden, D Savage. Did my first festival in DC. That was crazy, headlined it. Canadian Music Week for the first time, headlined there too, co-headline with Dom. That was insane. So the amount of shows and just everything I've been doing recently and just opportunities I've gotten to be on tour and just experience what it's really like to be on stage and with the crowd and having people enjoy your music, even if they don't know it yet. They're enjoying what they're hearing, enjoying the performance you're giving. I love it. Like that part to me, performing and being on stage and just connecting with the people, being able to make eye contact. Like you might feel a lyric harder that I'm singing if I'm looking you right in your eyes and there's 1,000 people in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? That might be a memory you take home with you. So for me, just the performing part of the music now is just insane to me. And the tour, that was dope. Montreal, as soon as I got on stage, they didn't even need to hear the words I was saying. They just, hey, 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 whole time until I stopped performing. I had like a 10-15 minute set. Insane. Montreal definitely want to come back, but shows lately have been crazy. The opportunities have been a blessing. I just honestly can't wait to perform again. And little sneak peek for y'all. 2024, new year, expect tour. Y'all will see LUM. When it comes to something weird about me or unusual that people may not know, I'd say it's my music taste. I have a very, very wide spectrum of the music I listen to and artists I like and genres I like. And I feel like it also helps with my music because I can make a song on a rock beat and like it sounds good, and then I can make a song that's harder, a trap beat, whatever. It sounds good as well. If I put in the work, I think they sound good, you feel me? But when it comes to like the wide variety of music I like, it ranges like big. I'm talking about from like the Lumineers, Sam Smith, you know what I'm saying, Adele, then we go over to Chris Brown, then we go to No Cap, we go to Tusi, and then we might come back and we, you know what I'm saying, Daniel Caesar, then a 6 Lack over here, but then we might like a Vance Joy, you know what I'm saying, and a good Riptide. So for me, I feel like that's one thing that people probably wouldn't expect. Like, I might be playing a song that people like in the car, and then the next song that comes on might be Meghan Trainor. Like, you never know. You know what I mean? You never know. So, yeah, I feel like for me, it helps with my music, but it's also something people wouldn't expect.
Tell me how you feeling, do my best to keep it real. Only wanna have them conversations that's gon' heal. And I think you're my soulmate. And if you do, I won't beg you to stay. I'm in my head, we going through motions. You're in my bed, we going through motions. I feel misled, we going through motions. And I can't control it, cause I'm so
Oh, my worst habit. I've probably been doing it during, actually it's not even now. I was gonna say picking or biting my nails, but that too, I've been doing that since a kid. That's one of them, I'd say. But I'd say my worst habit is I give too many chances. Like, I don't think about myself first enough. Like, I'm starting to a little bit more now, but it's like, just with life and how everything's gone and just friends I've had, relationships, all that, I've always just put myself out there and always just like, I felt like I've been the driving force, you know what I mean? I felt like I've over-exceeded people's expectations of what they expected me to do for them, and that makes people comfortable, you know what I mean? So for me, I feel like honestly, it's just being too nice sometimes, being too nice. And being nice is never a bad thing, especially in the right scenarios, right circumstances. But like, times where I've been too super nice to people that didn't deserve it definitely bit me in the butt. So I'd say that, yeah, that and biting my nails. They're on two different spectrums, but those are the habits I can think of right now. Yeah, I could have gave y'all my hidden talent, dancing, but it's not that hidden anymore. I can backflip and stuff. I can cook decently. That's one thing. Oh, I didn't even listen. Let me give y'all the juicy details. If COVID didn't happen and music didn't happen, I'd probably be D1 or D2 for track and field in university. I was always a runner at heart too, and it got to the point where I was like too good at it and I didn't even like it anymore. But for me, running was, yeah, that was my sport. Basketball, I played all the sports, but running was the thing I was the best at, like for real. So yeah, the hidden talent, let's race. Let's do it.
Hop in the big body in the back of the back, relaxing and cruise on the road. I don't got big problem, but the one thing I cannot stand when my money don't fold. I let them think that they bold, do what you want, but it's true color gon' show. I don't got time for the hoes, I'm in the pro, so we cannot be on the phone.
So what What's coming up next for me? Wow, there's a few things coming for sure, a few big things. We got bigger tour, early 2024, that's one thing. New music coming out, working on project, that's gonna be coming soon. Radio interviews, potentially a bigger live performance coming soon on a decently big platform that y'all might know. And just life. Honestly, everything's is going good right now. I don't wanna say it's moving fast, but I've been traveling, I've been experiencing new things. I'm sitting here right now, this is my first time doing this, and couldn't be more grateful. But yeah, we just got a lot of stuff coming up this year. More performances, more music, more vibes, and y'all get to see this face and hear this voice more too.
When we walk through the mall, I get stupid, ain't no foolishness, we ain't new to this. See, I can't even.
It's LUM, and we got Faux Show with Don Valley out. We got Temptations with Oliver Cronin and Kill J out now. And we got Motions out now. I don't think y'all ready for what's coming next. It's your boy LUM, and I just introduced myself.
I'm a shooting star.
I'm a shooting star.